Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gambhir. Let's get started and tell you what's making headlines as far as the Times of India this Monday morning is concerned. And the big story that the Times of India today morning is leading with is about coronavirus. India's Home Minister Amit Shah has tested positive for COVID-19. That's the lead story on the front page of the Times of India this morning. He's admitted to Medanta Hospital in Gurgaon and cabinet mantris maintain 6-foot distance. That's what the government has said. Home Minister's health fine. Amit Shah has diabetes, a comorbidity known to raise risk of complications of COVID-19 patients. Home Secretary A.K. Bhalla has decided to get himself tested, and Junior Environment Minister Babul Supriyo has isolated himself because he had recently met Amit Shah, the Home Minister. In fact, he had put out a tweet yesterday, the Home Minister, and he said that my health is fine, but I'm being hospitalized on doctor's advice. Request all of you who came in contact with me recently to isolate yourself and get yourself tested. Apart from this, Karnataka's Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has also got hospitalized with COVID, and Tamil Nadu's governor as well have tested positive for coronavirus. UP Minister meanwhile dies of COVID-19. BJP Chief is also positive. UP Technical Education Minister Kamal Rani Varun died of COVID-19 on Sunday. She is the first serving cabinet member of any state and the fourth sitting legislator in India to succumb to the virus. UP BJP Chief Swatantrata Dev Singh has tested positive. So that's about COVID-19. In fact, it was the deadliest week as far as COVID-19 is concerned. 3.7 lakh cases were reported in just 1 week, with 5,345 deaths as well. Another important story is that the government has now eased quarantine rules for international flyers. From 8th of August onwards, people flying into India can seek exemption from institutional quarantine if they come with a corona negative report. That's a new update that has come in, and very, very important information for those coming from outside the country. It says the travellers coming to India with a COVID negative report will not have to go into any kind of an institutional quarantine, provided the COVID test was done within 96 hours of taking the flight. Those travelling for compelling reasons like death in family, illness, etc. can seek 14-day home quarantine instead of mandatory 7-day institutional quarantine. So some changes have been made here. Apart from this, government has got plans for personal health IDs, e-records for citizens. Prime Minister Modi likely to announce it on 15th of August. Prime Minister Modi is likely to announce the National Digital Health Mission on 15th of August, which has been envisaged as a complete digital health ecosystem with personal health IDs for every Indian, digitization of health records as well as registry of doctors and health facilities across the country. Then there is an update as far as Chinese apps are concerned, which were banned by India. App companies quizzed on data sharing and political ties. Companies running recently banned Chinese apps have been served a questionnaire with around 80 queries seeking information such as whether owners are associated with any political party or not, and if the firm is required to share the data under the China's law. Then India made a renewed push for China to complete troop disengagement at Pangong So and Gogra areas, as well as pullback from the Depsang plains in eastern Ladakh during the top-level military talks that happened on Sunday. There's an update on migrants as well. 2/3 of migrants are back in cities or want to return back to their places of work. Amid falling rates, bank FD inflows have almost doubled. Sunni board has got 5-acre plot for mosque ahead of the Bhumi Pujan for Ram Mandir in Ayodhya on 5th of August. DM Anuj Kumar Jha handed over to the Sunni Waqf board a 5-acre plot of land in Faizabad's Dhanipur village in lieu of the Babri Masjid property, as was being ordered by the Supreme Court. Then IPL final on a Tuesday, November 10, in a break from tradition. This year's IPL final in UAE will be held on a Tuesday. All games will start at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. All teams will be told to fly to UAE on 20th of August. Then fixing cloud over Goan football. Goa's football team is under lens as 6 matches played over a month in Goa. Professional league have been identified for suspicious betting patterns indicative of match manipulation. Then Delhi's own Bravery Award, Delhi government has planned to constitute a state-level Bravery Award for common citizens. There are plans to have around 10 awards that will carry a cash award as well. Couple of more interesting stories on the front page only. Microsoft halts its bid to buy US operations of China-based TikTok after Trump vows to ban app that has 80 million monthly users in the US. There are 17.8 million COVID cases across the world. 6,79,500 have lost their lives across the world because of COVID-19. US authorities Authorities hope by late next month to have draft guidance on how to ration initial doses once a coronavirus vaccine is finalized. Australia's second most populous state of Victoria has declared a state of disaster, and it imposes night curfew for Melbourne as part of its harshest COVID curbs because of a surge in numbers there. Lastly, on the front page, there's an update about Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. Mahatma Gandhi said to be the first ethnic minority face on British currency as UK plans to celebrate achievements of BAME, that is Black, Asian and minority ethnic individuals. So that's about the front page as far as the Times of India this morning is concerned. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the Navbharat Times today is concerned. और यहाँ पर भी जो पहली खबर है वो होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह से जुड़ी हुई है। शाह ने ट्वीट कर बताया, मुझे कोरोना, मेदांता में भर्ती हैं, और साथ ही तमिलनाडु के गवर्नर और यूपी बीजेपी के प्रमुख भी जो है वो कोविड पॉजिटिव पाए गए हैं। और साथ ही आप देख सकते हैं कि अमित शाह, ये जो तस्वीर है, अमित शाह बुधवार को केंद्रीय कैबिनेट मीटिंग में भी शामिल हुए थे। केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह के सभी सरकारी और गैर सरकारी स्टाफ की अब जांच होने वाली है। शनिवार को दिल्ली में लोकमान्य तिलक की पुण्यतिथि पर गोष्ठी में भी पहुंचे थे। 5 अगस्त को राम मंदिर भूमि कार्यक्रम में शामिल होना था, पर अब वहां पर वो नहीं जा सकेंगे। कैबिनेट मीटिंग में शामिल हुए थे। सरकार ने कहा सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का पूरी तरह से पालन हुआ। तो ये तस्वीर भी आप देख सकते हैं किस तरह से सबने मास्क भी लगा रखे हैं और साथ ही सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग भी पूरी मेंटेन है। देश में केस 18 लाख के पार हो चुके हैं। मौतें जो है वो 38,000 के पार हो गई हैं। यूपी की कैबिनेट मंत्री की कोरोना से मौत हो चुकी है। अमिताभ बच्चन की बात करें तो वो घर पहुंच गए हैं, लेकिन उनके बेटे अभिषेक बच्चन जो एक्टर हैं वो अभी भी हॉस्पिटल में कोरोना से रिकवर कर रहे हैं। आज अयोध्या में भूमि पूजन का श्री गणेश, कल राम अर्चना, और इस तरह से तैयारियां की जा रही हैं। और साथ ही भारत ने चीन से कहा पीछे हटो, जहां 5 मई से पहले थे। और इसके अलावा दोस्त का सिम इस्तेमाल कर रहे थे सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का केस अपडेट है। अस्पताल से घर पहुंची सोनिया। कांग्रेस की जो प्रेसिडेंट है सोनिया गांधी, उन्हें रविवार दोपहर 1 बजे सर गंगाराम अस्पताल से छुट्टी मिल गई। अस्पताल के मुताबिक 73 वर्षीय सोनिया रूटीन टेस्ट और चेकअप के लिए 30 जुलाई की शाम को यहां पर भर्ती हुई थी। राहुल सक्रियता बढ़ाएं, ऐसा कहना है सीनियर कांग्रेस लीडर दिग्विजय सिंह का। और कानपुर में मर्डर की सीबीआई जांच, ये भी एक बड़ी खबर है। यूपी रोडवेज में आज महिलाओं को फ्री सफर दिया जाएगा क्योंकि आज रक्षाबंधन है। आईपीएल 19 सितंबर से शुरू होगा। मैच शाम 7:30 बजे शुरू होंगे। राजस्थान न्यायिक सेवा में गुर्जरों को 5% का कोटा दिया जाएगा। और आखिरी में सीए के नियम बनाने के लिए 3 महीने का और वक्त जो है मांगा है। सो दैट्स अबाउट द लेटेस्ट एज फार एज द नवभारत टाइम्स दिस मॉर्निंग इज कंसर्न। लेट्स सी व्हाट्स देयर इन द पिंक पेपर दिस मॉर्निंग। द इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स न्यूज अबाउट द वर्ल्ड ऑफ बिजनेस एंड इकोनॉमी. And here the big story that the Economic Times is leading with is that licenses likely for furniture, toys and sports gear import, bid to encourage local production. Government may also raise duties for certain products to make imports costlier. So it's more about vocal for local, make in India. That's the push coming from the center side. State diktats put brakes on recovery drive in the month of July. Experts seek another stimulus to keep the demand on track. Improvement seen in auto sector, freight and jobs, but mobility indicators showed muted activity, and these were the key indicators. To 87,422 crore was the GST mop-up. That was lower than the month of June. Exports till 26th of July were 87.5% of July last year. Demand under Manrega falls 31% compared with the month of June. And apart from this, what's losing steam is the economic revival, according to the Economic Times, because mixed economic revival was seen in July. Sectors seen such as exports, auto freight looking up, tepid GST collection and retail activity, retaining growth, bringing back jobs. Key challenges: COVID cases on the rise, peak is yet to come. So there is concern as far as the recovery of economic activity is concerned. There's an interview with the Union Telecom and IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, who said that mega investments by global technology giants prove India's attractiveness. He's also said that Apple and Samsung are coming in a very big way, whether it is Google and Facebook, or whether a manufacturing giant, all are eyeing India. COVID slowdown has not hit India's potential. Bankers express concerns over RBI governance paper, right to regulator seeking a review. RBI may slash repo rate, that's reverse repo rate. That's another important update. RBI may not change policy repo rate, but could cut reverse repo to nudge banks to lend more. This week, RBI policy is also there. Industry captains discuss COVID impact on consumer behavior. Chiefs of key companies confident of India's story expect focus on hygiene and immunity security as well as digitization to continue. Apart from this, airlines may not refund 3,000 crore to passenger. Now, people who were issued credit shells against cancelled flight tickets may have to hold on to them longer, as airlines may not refund about 3,000 crore rupees. That's what Mihir Mishra has reported. Lastly, Tatas provide fund support to AirAsia and Vistara. Tata Group is raising debt funds for AirAsia India and has infused equity into Vistara airline. That's what Anirban Chaudhary has reported. Let's now move on and be more city-specific and see what's there as far as the Delhi edition of the Times of India this morning is concerned. My colleague Parbeena joining us on the broadcast this Monday morning. Parbeena, good morning. At 15, Sunday toll was lowest in about 2.5 months. Total was 4,000. As far as Delhi's death toll is concerned, situation seems to be getting better now.
Well, yes, the national capital is doing much better as far as fighting this virus is concerned. We have seen how the numbers have gone up and again how the numbers are coming down. As far as active cases are concerned, it has drastically calmed down. Even as far as death rate is concerned, it has come really down. As far as availability of beds in COVID centers are concerned, it is much more because most of them are doing home isolation, are also with mild symptoms or able to recover with community help or with district help, whatever required, and that is helping the state to recuperate from the situation which we have seen in the past. At a time when we have seen that there were 3,000 active cases in 24 hours, today we are seeing less than 100 active cases in 24 hours, and that's a big relief for the state and for the citizens of Delhi at this given point of time.
All right, Parveena, appreciate you joining us with all of those details. We have to now move on. Apart from this, another important update is about Big B, Amitabh Bachchan, who's back home after 21 days in the hospital. Arunil, my colleague, joining us on the broadcast this morning. Arunil, Abhishek Bachchan yet to be discharged. What do we know about his condition?
Well, that's what Abhishek Bachchan, the son of Amitabh Bachchan, tweeted, saying that my father, who was in the hospital because of coronavirus, his recent tests have come out negative, and Amitabh Bachchan was discharged from the Nanavati hospital. He is at present self-isolating in his Jalsa home, and yes, it has been 3 weeks, and Amitabh Bachchan was repeatedly tweeting about his health, informing his fans about his health, and the prayers of millions of fans of Mr. Bachchan have been answered now, that he has reached his home, he has been treated. The daughter, basically the sister-in-law of Amitabh Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, was discharged earlier, and was only last week only she was discharged after getting treated, whereas Aradhya Bachchan, who was basically the daughter of Abhishek and Aishwarya, they have also been discharged. We get to know that Abhishek Bachchan continues to remain in the hospital getting treated.
All right. Thank you very much, Arunil, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India is concerned. Here also there's an update on COVID-19. In Karnataka, the recoveries have crossed 50,000 mark. That's one update. Then infection source is unknown for over 65,000 cases as far as Karnataka is concerned. Experts say more tests and isolation are the way forward. Nearly 22,000 discharges were reported in just last 1 week. So while the cases are rising, the number of those who are recovering seems to be increasing as well. Only 50,000 have benefited from Atmanirbhar scheme in the month of July. That's another update. Year-end class 1st to 9th exams may be cancelled for state board schools. That is also there. Students to earn 19,000 will be trained today. Deepak Bopanna, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Deepak, good morning. The Chief Minister of Karnataka has also tested positive. He is currently in Manipal Hospital. What more do we know about his condition?
Well, not too many details that are coming out as far as, whether there's been any change from the last update that we received from Manipal Hospital, who said that he's stable, there's no reason to worry, and officially they're saying he's asymptomatic. So it's just as a precautionary measure that he's been right now, shifted to the hospital. Like you mentioned, the Manipal Hospital in Old Airport Road is where right now he is. We are told that they're closely observing, his health at this point in time, especially considering his age. Now, we should understand it was very recently that a couple of his other cabinet colleagues, C.T. Ravi, B.C. Patil, and also Anand Singh, have also tested positive. So we really have to wait and watch, how it progresses as far as his health. Because we are expecting him probably, if he continues to remain asymptomatic, so he will probably be shifted back. But of course, if he develops symptoms, then he will have to continue to remain hospitalized.
All right. Thank you very much, Deepak, for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the Chennai edition of the Times of India is concerned. Tamil Nadu, we know, is the second worst affected state in the country after Maharashtra. And here also the number of cases are rising quite fast. And here an update is about Tamil Nadu's governor, who has also tested positive for COVID-19. So yesterday we saw three, in fact, political leaders, the Home Minister Amit Shah, Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa and Tamil Nadu's governor also testing positive for COVID-19. Shabir joining us on the broadcast this morning for more. Shabir, give us more details. What is the latest health update?
Well, the governor was taken to a private hospital in Chennai, and after the doctors looked at his case, they found that he is asymptomatic and with mild infection. And they have advised that the governor should stay under home isolation. So he will be, he is back at Raj Bhavan, and he was already under isolation after security personnel and various other staff members working at the Raj Bhavan tested positive. At least 80 security personnel, both state security as well as the central security forces, those members tested positive. And staff members working at the Raj Bhavan have also tested positive. So there is a complete sanitization process that is taking place at the Raj Bhavan, and more and more people are being, their samples are being collected, and they are also being tested for COVID-19.
All right. Thank you very much, Shabir, for the moment for joining us with those details. Moving on now to the Kolkata edition of the Times of India. On the front page, the big story is that doctor's call is going to be final in COVID patients' admission as well as release. A panel on private hospitals moves to unlock beds. That's one. Apart from this, plasma therapy trial at Beliaghata ID Hospital shows promising results. Tamal Saha, my colleague, joining us on the broadcast this morning. Tamal, good morning. City may get Dakshineshwar Metro as Puja gift.
Well, that's right, and it's quite exciting and information for the city and also for the state of West Bengal. We have to understand that Metro Rail and the ongoing construction work had been at the heart of a political battle too. We know as a matter of fact that this railway, this Kolkata Metro Railway route, was sanctioned when Mamata Banerjee was the railway minister back in 2010-2011. However, it has taken this long for the work to continue because there had been several log jams with regards to land acquisition, for which the state government claims that their contribution had not been recognized by the Indian Railways. Why? Because there is politics once again, and let's not discount the fact that in 2021 the all-important elections are also there, where BJP and Trinamool Congress would be fighting it out all out. So yes, the Metro Railway services till Dakshineshwar, keeping the politics aside, could be a good boom for tourism, for pilgrimage tourism, for the city, for the state. People are excited about it. Only time would say as whether that too gets mired in controversy and political appropriation tussle.
All right. Thank you very much, Tamal, for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Let's now see what's making headlines as far as Times Global is concerned. Then Trump to act on Chinese companies soon. This is what Mike Pompeo has said. On TikTok, Treasury Secretary says that it must be sold or blocked in the US. Microsoft and ByteDance put TikTok sale talks on hold. This is what a report has suggested. Now, UK to mint Gandhi coin, but not all PIOs are happy with this choice. British lawmaker arrested for rape out on bail, according to reports. Then Tesla CEO Elon Musk has said that pyramids built by aliens. Egypt now invites him for a visit. Egypt's Minister of International Cooperation has invited Elon Musk to see the pyramids of Giza for himself after he claimed the landmark was actually built by aliens. And lastly, China sends team to Hong Kong for virus testing. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the world of sports is concerned. My colleague Karishma joining us on the broadcast this morning. Karishma, good morning. What is it that you have for us today?
Well, good morning, Hina. What we have for our viewers from the Times of India today is that IPL has been given a go-ahead, the green signal from, the IPL Governing Council. We are being told that the approval from the Indian government is going to be coming in a few days from now, but everything is in place. The tournament starts on the 19th of September, and it will go on till, the tournament will go on till the 10th of November, and a host of other standard operating procedures will be decided upon in the coming few days. There is going to be a franchisee meeting on Wednesday in which all queries of the franchisees will be answered. So it is going to be an interesting week as far as IPL is concerned, and all cricket fans will be looking forward to this live cricketing action of 53 days from the 19th of September to the 10th of November, Hina.
All right, Karishma, appreciate you joining us with all of those details. Let's also quickly see what's there as far as the Delhi Times is concerned this morning. It says in Delhi on Rakhi, celebs say pandemic allowed them to bond with their siblings. And then Big B tests COVID negative. Abhishek still COVID positive. Babul Supriyo in isolation as Amit Shah has tested positive. He had met Amit Shah a few days back. Shraddha keeps a watch on her brothers as if she's the eldest of us all. This is what her brother has said. More you can find on this page. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Newspaper Show.